In the headlines, National Security Minister addresses calls for his resignation following allegations of improper conduct in online blog Mass in the Cemetery. Opening parade for Mass Dominique 2019 delayed by a week. And police and fire officers to benefit as government invests over $1 million in new accommodation for fire and police officers. I am Andrea Louis with the Channel 5 News, back with the details after this.
Get ready to open the best gifts with Flow this Christmas. Sign up for a new broadband or TV service with free installation, or sign up for a broadband and TV bundle and get 40% off broadband for the first 2 months. Plus, get a chance to win a 55-inch smart TV, 1 year or 6 months of free service. Enjoy big-time entertainment and big speeds this Christmas with Flow. Terms and conditions apply. Visit discoverflow.co for more.
Imagine you have Hollywood at your command. Introducing Flow Evil.
Red cheese, gold rings, all black, everything creeping through the night.
Anywhere you are.
Big girls don't scream hard like Halloween, make me feel alive.
There's a world of entertainment here, and you run the show. Flow Evil.
Thank you for staying with us. First up, National Security Minister Reuben Blackmore addresses calls for his resignation over allegations made against him in an online article. Julian Morris reports.
The article published in the online blog Mass in the Cemetery raises a number of questions about the minister's private life. The article 3 Days for Baby Sarah also features what it claims are direct quotes from a woman recounting experiences she claims she had with the minister. Since the publication of the article in the blog, Mr. Blackmore has filed a complaint of criminal libel with the police. Here are his comments on the issue at a live news conference on Friday.
Of course, as a citizen, I have a right to protect my name and to safeguard and protect my family. And a report has been made, a formal report has been made to the police that reference one of criminal libel. Okay, it's funny how people can be so simplistic as to how they appreciate and analyze issues. Okay, but I mean, I believe that Jesus Christ was crucified and buried. The third day he rose again, and those who crucify him and vilify him, he said, "Come with me, I'm your savior."
Mr. Blackmore,
Yeah.
I've heard calls over the last day or two. I've heard calls for your resignation. How are you treating these calls?
Well, the thing that you resign if you have done something wrong, and if you have abused the authority. And I'm one person, as you know, who I've always walked the track and traversed the route of the rule of law, and I intend to do so till I die. Those who want to go beyond that, that's for them. I cannot tell anybody how to behave and what track they take. But it's amazing as to how people can use the energy and to engage themselves in trying to destroy somebody. So if that in itself causes that person or persons who do so to be better individuals, one love. The fact that I'm a public figure and every public figure is exposed to public scrutiny does not mean that anyone has a right to tramp on my good name or to deform my character. And I'll leave it at that.
Blackmore said Friday's news conference was scheduled long before the allegation surfaced in the online blog.
In other top stories, the Dominica Police Force is reporting success in solving 8 of the 11 homicides in 2018. Police Chief Daniel Carbon made the announcement during a press conference on Friday. He says the police force is still gravely concerned about the 3 unsolved murders.
We have to date solve 8 of these murders. 8 persons are charged for 8 of these murders. What I can say though is I am kind of disturbed, and I must say that, not to send any fear to anybody, but the 3 murders in the city of Roseau, we have not been able to solve it as yet. And I make reference to the murder at the garage, the murder in Silver Lake, and the murder in Kennedy Avenue. 6 of the 11 murders were firearm-related murders.
Carbon says the police is also worried about the level of gun crimes and the number of firearms seized last year.
The police recovered and seized 23 firearms, 19 pistols, and 4 shotguns. And we also seized 1,394 rounds of ammunition of different calibers. 160 rounds of 9mm, 1 round of 10mm, 560 rounds of .22, 233 rounds of .357, 352 rounds of .380, 50 rounds of .440, and 38 rounds of 12-gauge ammunition.
On to carnival developments. The opening parade for Mas Dominique 2019 has been postponed by a week. Here is Julian Morris once again.
Last year, it was announced that this year's Carnival opening parade would take place on Saturday, 12th January. However, acting festival and events manager of the Dominica Festivals Committee, Marva Williams, explains the delay of the opening parade is to give Carnival stakeholders more time to put together all elements needed to showcase a spectacular Carnival product.
We've taken an approach of inclusiveness when it comes to our events, and we met with the Carnival stakeholders as early as September. We initiated a program of activities which they accepted. For some reason, I believe we had a great Christmas, and we've been having a great New Year, and we kind of got consumed in the Christmas and New Year's activities. And in speaking to some of the stakeholders, especially those who are actually going to make the event, we recognize that they're still planning, they're still putting stuff together. So we just decided to give them an extra week to make sure that whatever we present in terms of a carnival product is at its best.
Dominica's Carnival is one of the events used as a marketing tool to the outside world, and Williams believes the utmost effort must be put into ensuring the product on display is near flawless.
So when I speak of stakeholders, I speak of the revelers or the patrons who are actually going to take part in the activities, like the sensei, the black devils, the costume bands, the darkies, you know, the entire traditional mass, and with the addition of the contemporary aspect. Then we have the hi-fis, we have the other persons who provide the music, and then we have the road parade committee, we have the DFC staff, you know, and then there's me. And I do not believe that something can be entirely perfect, but I think there's supposed to be some level of perfection added to anything that we present out there. We present the carnival as a product that invites Dominicans or patrons living overseas to come to see what Dominica has to offer, and we just believe that it should be at its best.
Williams says the postponed Carnival opening parade will in no way affect the calendar of events for Mas Dominique 2019.
Definitely not. I think earlier on when I spoke about the additional initiatives for Mas Dominique, the reason why we are launching or doing the national parade earlier, it was to give the visitors out there a window to plan to come to Dominica. What we had said we would have done on the following Saturdays was to probably do something like a Lapo Cabrit festival. So it's not going to affect the usual carnival programming, you know, like the pageantry and the calypso and stuff like that. We still have a wide calendar of events. We still have a space to add new stuff, so it's really not going to affect anything. It's actually going to make it a tighter package for the patrons.
The opening parade will now be held on Saturday, 19th January, and is expected to start at 3 p.m.
On the health scene, a number of events on the Drug Awareness Month calendar geared at addressing the impact of alcohol and other drugs on the country's young people. Some of these activities include a drug symposium, an exhibition in Marigot, a Don't Drink and Drive campaign at Port Cassé, awareness walk rally in Brozo, and a candlelight vigil in Colibistry. Minister for Health, Dr. Kenneth Daru, has already spoken out on this year's theme, Youth, Let's Talk About Alcohol and Other Drugs, a conversation that could change your life.
In keeping with this year's theme, the ministry will focus on Dominica's youthful population, addressing the drug issues such as alcohol and other substances abuse that plague our society and future generation. Through education and awareness, the Drug Prevention Unit of the Ministry of Health and Social Services focuses on equipping our young people with information and refusal skills that will assist them in making the right decisions towards drug-free lives, brighter futures, and a healthier society.
The World Health Organization says more than 3 million people die each year from the harmful use of alcohol. Alcohol abuse can lead to cirrhosis of the liver, mouth and foot cancer, fetal alcohol syndrome, and other disorders. Meantime, the health minister says alcohol abuse is responsible for 22% of all suicides, 22% of interpersonal violence, and 15% of traffic injuries.
In reviewing our country's data, it is suggestive that Dominica be included in the alcohol consumption phenomenon. In 2016, it was estimated that the average drinking population in Dominica consumed about 8.2 liters of alcohol per year, and that 34.9% of males and 7.8% of females are considered heavy episodic drinkers. This means that these persons drink at least 60 grams or more of pure alcohol on at least one occasion over the course of 30 days. Over the past year, it has become evident that alcohol and other drugs have become a health, social, and economic burden, not only onto the abuser, but also the family and the wider society. As a nation, we need to look at the destructive behavior that is overwhelming our population, begin a serious conversation, and take action to reverse the effects of alcohol and other drug abuse on our vulnerable population, especially our youth, remembering that they are our future.
You are watching the Channel 5 News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
Stay connected and share your favorite holiday moments with Flow. Get the Alcatel A1 for $199 when you activate an extra-large prepaid combo plan, or the Samsung J4 for just $399 with a large postpaid plan, and get free talk evenings and weekends. Plus, get free WhatsApp on large and extra-large prepaid combo plans, and sign up for any new service for a chance to win cash or hampers every week. So make it Flow for everything mobile this Christmas. Terms and conditions apply. Visit discoverflow.co for more.
Imagine you have Hollywood at your command. Introducing Flow Evo.
Red cheese, gold rings, all black, everything creeping through the night.
Anywhere you are,
Big girls don't scream hard like Halloween, make me feel alive.
there's a world of entertainment here, and you run the show. Flow Evo.
Welcome back. $1 million have been allocated for the construction of a new police training school at Bruce. During his annual end-of-year press conference, Minister for Justice, Immigration and National Security, Rayburn Blackmore, said the police training school, which was extensively damaged by Hurricane Maria, is just one of the buildings on the cards for the Dominica Police Force.
We have gotten the estimate along with the designs for a new training school building at Bruce, and in this year's financial cycle, we have put aside $1 million for the actual start of this training school building. We have also finalized the designs and for the much talked about accommodation for the police in Rosa to house 200 police officers. The design is complete. But just 2 weeks ago, we had, of course, some interaction with the police to actually inform us as to how they want to see that facility. So that needs to have to be fine-tuned, consistent with some of the concerns and interventions raised by the police officers.
Employees of the fire and ambulance service are not to be left out, as they too expect to benefit from new accommodations. Blackmore says the new buildings will be better suited to accommodate female fire officers.
In Portsmouth, before Maria, the officers were being and still being housed in an alternate location, and work is currently ongoing at the fire department in Portsmouth, location in Portsmouth. So we hope in due time that we can see the completion of that facility so the officers can return to the original location. The design has been finalized for a new building to house the fire officers in Granby. And so a number of issues that we're looking at. And we made reference earlier on to a new building for the police, but we're also designing something for the fire in Roseau to have a new fire building, because the current location, when it was conceptualized and ultimately designed and constructed, was meant for a few fire officers.
A new fire station is also on the cards for Portsmouth, and repairs to several police stations around the country are ongoing. And the Channel 5 News has been speaking with some Calypsonians this week in anticipation of Saturday's Calypso eliminations. Three-time Calypso monarch Derek Hunter St. Rose is throwing his hat in the ring, and that's after a 4-year absence. St. Rose, the Calypso Association's public relations officer, last won the crown in 2007 with his songs Government Focus and Typical Dominicans. The veteran Calypsonian last sang competitive Calypso in 2014. He won't be the only one making a comeback into the Calypso arena at Saturday's eliminations.
The Webb is going to be back. He took a 2-year absence. We have Black Diamond coming in. And you might well see me on Saturday night as well. I feel I have a lot of stuff to contribute. Over the years, we've seen people in the finals and the show and all that. And whatnot. I think we need some big names, good performers, good songs to give the people their money's worth. A nice balanced level feel. We don't want, because very often you see people coming with one song, they've made it and hoping that they make it, and or not even sure that they're going to make it, and then they hustle to get a second song. I think the people deserve better than that. If you come into a competition, you should come ready. 2 songs ready, well rehearsed and early, and to give the people their money's worth. To me, it's not about winning. It's just about contributing and contributing meaningfully. I think I have something to bring to the table.
The Calypso eliminations, which usually sees near 70 competitors, will have a reduced number this year as the cut-off point for registration ended on Thursday.
Well, on Saturday evening at 8:30 p.m., we're going to have the eliminations, and there are well over 50 persons who are registered.
The 12 successful Calypsonians will join 20 others at the quarterfinals slated for 2nd February. To end the news, the headlines again. National Security Minister addresses calls for his resignation following allegations of improper conduct on online blog Mass in the Cemetery. Opening parade for Mass Dominique 2019 delayed by a week. And police and fire officers to benefit as government invests over $1 million in new accommodations for police and fire officers. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com. You can also access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Andrea Louis, and to all of our viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful weekend.